Let's kaboom.
That's where Forky is being kept.
How do we get that key?
What about the old plush rush?
There you go.
Oh, where did you two come from?
Well, we're not doing that.
Toy Story 4. I finally saw it, so I'm not even going to do a plot synopsis or anything, because I just want to get right into this review. I managed to avoid all spoilers for this movie. I'm so happy about that, because that made the movie so much more enjoyable. I didn't love it though, so I'll talk about why, but first, let's start out with the good. The characters, once again, they're all great. They make the movie so fun. I love them all. They're just like so great. Woody's arc in this movie especially is like, you really like feel him more as a character, and he starts to realize who he really is. And this movie really like dives deep into that, and I thought it was great. They did a fantastic job with it. I think Woody's development in this movie is even better than it was in the last 3 movies, and they've developed Woody like great in all of these movies. I think the first one was definitely the weakest arc for Woody, but still he was great in that one. And then they built more upon him in Toy Story 2, and then even more on him in Toy Story 3, and then like they're really going all out with like the Woody development in this movie. Another thing I loved about this one was the relationship between Woody and Bo. It wasn't like all cliched. Like in the first one and second one, they were obviously flirting and everything, and it was like way too obvious. This one, you really like, you kind of feel it, but like it's so focused on the plot that like you don't really notice. Like, I don't know. They did a much better job with the relationship in this movie, and I thought it was like a lot less cringy. It was I don't know, I thought they did a much better job with it. This movie has also amazing moments that I will not forget. I'm not going to get into spoilers if you haven't seen it, though I know a lot of people have seen it so far. I'll probably do a spoiler review, so I'll talk about it in that, but there's just some amazing moments and some really, really funny moments. Like, this movie is hilarious. I was like laughing during this movie a lot because they just did such a great job with the comedy. It's not held back. There's some pretty offensive jokes, and I could find a few adult jokes hidden in this movie, which I definitely found good about this one, because they're not holding back, and this isn't like a watered down 2019 animated movie. This is Toy Story, and this is the 4th one, and I'm surprised they managed to keep a fantastic pace going with like all these movies. Forky, I loved him. He was so cute. Like, honestly, he was so funny, and like, I don't know, man, I can't even, like, when I saw Forky on screen, I was like, my heart died. It was like, Forky was awesome. Let's talk about another person in this movie, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, he's awesome. Like, actually, his performance is like incredible in this movie. He does great voice work in this movie. And his character is really funny as well. He has an awesome moment in this movie as well that I just loved. And it's also a very beautiful shot as well. But I'll talk about that more in a spoiler review. And he has a line in this movie that I'll never forget. I'm gonna talk about that in a spoiler review. But man, that line. Here's the main thing about this movie though. The ending. The ending was perfect. Like, I think it had a better ending than 3, and I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but I'm just saying the ending was perfect, and it hit me emotionally, like, really hard. I think Toy Story 3, like, got to my emotions more, but the ending in this one, I felt like was perfect, and this movie does have some, like, emotional moments that build up on our characters as well, and, like, that makes them, like, more lovable and everything. Yeah, this movie's also unpredictable, and what helps is I managed to avoid every single spoiler for this movie, so I knew nothing that happened, and that was great. Avoiding spoilers for modern movies can be pretty hard sometimes, because sometimes sequels are announced and everything, but I don't think there's no sequel announced for this one. I think this is probably the last one, and the movie is very unpredictable, and that's what I loved about it, because I had no idea what was going to happen. I came up with some clues, but nah, the movie hit me by surprise. Now let's talk about the bad. There's only a few flaws with this movie. I could have used more of the original gang, like Mr. Potato Head, Porky, and all of them, and definitely more Woody and Buzz scenes. I think that would have made the movie a little more enjoyable, because whenever they're on screen I love it, but they don't have that much screen time in this movie, and Jessie is like not in this movie that much, and that was kind of sad because like I really liked her character. And the climax was not as climactic as the last three films. That's probably my biggest problem with the movie. There wasn't just much standing in the way for our main characters. It's just like, you know, they kind of like, I don't know, it seems a little too easy at some points. But that's it. The movie managed to keep an unpredictable pace going throughout the whole movie. It's very fast paced, and it's just a ton of fun. Toy Story 4 is a really good movie. However, I do think it's the weakest of the four. Though thinking about it, I'm like loving it more and more as I think about it, but I'm still gonna remain with the same grade I give it. Though I really enjoy this movie, I thought it was a great conclusion. I'll give Toy Story 4 a B+. Not as good as the last three, but still a very solid movie that will probably make at least the honorable mentions of my best of the year list. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I might get a spoiler review out for this movie plus Spider-Man Far From Home, so look forward to that. And I still didn't upload my every movie I saw in June 2019 video, so hopefully I could get that out soon. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.